Hi, I'm Abby Bird.
And I'm Madeline Fagan, and this is a special production about a special place here in St. Louis.
The Media Now video storytelling class spent the afternoon at a place called The Loop to bring you stories about this local hotspot.
We begin with a report about what makes The Loop so unique. Here's Beth Britton with the report.
St. Louis is made up of many unique neighborhoods, including the eclectic Del Mar Loop. The Loop is home to dozens of unique restaurants and shops. While it appeals to tourists, it's a place that locals call home.
We have all types of activities during the summer. They have the ice capades in the winter where you take a look at the ice sculptures, and you also have visitors to sign autographs at the record store. They have radio stations to come and give out free gifts and free bottled water for special events just for their stores as advertisement. I think it's a really nice place to kind of just hang out for a little while but not get too spoiled by it.
This busy hub of activity is a frequent destination for many locals.
I usually come here almost daily or every other day to have a hookah and Turkish coffee, but it's hot, so I got a Diet Pepsi instead. There are so many different people here, like you feel like there is a variety of people. It's just from everywhere. You just can walk and sit outside and enjoy. It's just different from other places in St. Louis.
Whether it's to purchase vinyl or a meal at a retro diner, Del Mar Loop may be the perfect place to spend an afternoon. For Media Now, I'm Beth Britton reporting.
Not far from the Loop is a place that keeps everything hot.
Hot enough to bend and shape glass into all sorts of creative objects.
As a porter, Adam quickly shows us. They also help others learn this challenging craft.
Third Degree Glass Factory is located on Del Mar near the Loop. Inside is not just a storefront, but artists making creative projects. Jeremy and Sarah are hard at work instructing students and creating art.
Today we were just working solid on a punty rod, and it's just a solid stainless steel rod that you gather the glass on the end and kind of manipulate and sculpt the glass out off of the end. So everything's done in steps.
It's one of those like yes moments every time you finish something. One thing you have to realize about glass is no matter how long you've been doing it, you still break stuff. You're a little on edge, you're not sure if it's going to last, you could be at the very last step and still break the piece.
I've done all of these workshops and classes, but they're on a more public level where anybody can come, so it'll be like a mom and dad and their 2 kids or something. Oh, it's just a great opportunity. They like to support the local artists in town and give us an opportunity to teach and trade for time in the studio instead of having to buy it.
I mean, I get paid to play. That's kind of how I feel about it. I really love teaching. I love making my work, and I'll always make my work, but if I ever wasn't able to teach, I think there'd just be a big part missing from my personal practice. Once you get to a certain level of skill, you almost forget how difficult it is to do things because it's such a second nature at that point, so much muscle memory is involved. And whenever you watch these students kind of struggle through those beginning steps, it kind of keeps you humble.
And the people here, everyone, we're kind of like a big family. We all get along. We get off work and we go out to dinner afterwards. So it's a good group of people. It's fun.
We all have our favorite music and we all have our favorite ways of listening to it.
Lately, records, the kind actually made of vinyl, have been making a comeback, as Dominique Shields explains in our next feature.
In the hustle and bustle of the Del Mar Loop, you'll find vintage vinyl, a successful store that managed to make a profit selling records, even with the advent of digital media. So what's the advantage of getting a record now?
As you had the smaller and smaller things and streaming, the sound was being compressed in a way that it was inferior to a record.
Even though records sound superior, CDs and digital media are increasingly popular among young people.
I go either way. Streaming music's all right.
No matter which way you choose to listen, some feel records are the better experience.
A record's actually more interactive. You got to take it out, you got to put it on the machine.
And vinyl's not just classic rock and old-time music anymore.
Artists like Jay-Z is getting the vinyl treatment and things like that, so some of the more underground people, little by little, are coming in.
Which means vintage vinyl and vinyl records aren't going anywhere anytime soon. For Media Now STL, this is Dominique Shields reporting.
Our next story is so sweet.
That's because everything in the shop you're about to visit is delicious.
Reporter Karina Patel brings us all the sugar in our next story.
The St. Louis Loop holds many magnificent stores and restaurants. One of those hidden gems would be the Rocket Fizz shop. Let's go take a look.
Well, this is Rocket Fizz, soda pop and candy shop. Obviously, we specialize in selling soda and candy here. We pride ourselves in having over 500 varieties of soda and even more candy and 40 feet worth of saltwater taffy. It's definitely never boring because every day there's always somebody who kind of wants that one thing. Like for older people, it's like that one thing they haven't seen in years and they're just like, I wasn't even aware it was still made anymore. It's here, yay!
Customers are always delighted to find products they haven't seen in years.
I had somebody come in yesterday looking for Mars bars, and he's been looking for 6 years, and we have them.
But soda pop and yummy candy aren't the only things they sell.
We sell a lot of gag gifts. We sell a ton of concert posters and tin signs. So anytime you walk in this store or have somebody walk in the store that's like a step back through time, they're like, whoa.
One thing's for sure, the vintage posters and rare candies never fail to take a customer back to their childhood.
It's definitely a place where you're a kid here, no matter what. No matter how old you look, no matter how old the year you were born says you are a kid in here. It's good for the young in age and the young at heart, absolutely. And if you don't feel young, you will be when you get here.
For Media Now, I'm Karina Patel reporting.
A unique nonprofit organization makes its home in the Loop,
They make and sell all sorts of items for good causes.
but those causes are very far away. Here's Taylor Sheridan to explain.
Here in the Loop, there's a place celebrating its 30th year. Plowshare and Crafts is a proud member of the Fair Trade Federation.
We're part of it's a movement. It's called the Fair Trade Movement. So it's not just us. There are several hundred stores like us throughout the United States and Canada. And it was started by a woman from the church that I belong to. And back about 65 years ago, she started working with artists and women in Puerto Rico. And that very small beginning, this woman just decided to help some other women who were doing needlework. That's the start of this whole fair trade movement. So what we do is we sell things from all around the world. Everything we sell here are handmade by people in third world, developing countries. And the idea behind fair trade is to make sure that the people who make the things are paid fairly for what they do. All the proceeds, everything we do is designed to help the people who make the wonderful stuff that we sell. And the people we help are very poor. They do not have the kind of things they deserve. I mean, I think the biggest challenge we have is that they want us to help them more. They want us to buy more. They want us to increase our sales because the basic bottom line is the more we sell, the more people we can help. I think the fact that we have a lot of people who support us for what we do, people's consciousness about fair trade and about helping people through their purchases, that's become more and more important to a lot of folks, so people want to know that the money they spend on something is really helping someone.
For Media Now, I'm Taylor Sheridan reporting.
The Loop is a great place to shop and a great place to meet all sorts of characters.
In the case of our next story, that means two musicians and an artist.
Here's Quinlan Holt with the story.
The Del Mar Loop in St. Louis is filled to the brim with creativity and talent, and these buskers performing on the street for money are undeniable proof. Morgan plays guitar, and Sarah Jean is the artist who told us what inspires her.
Yeah, people, literally. Her music, I appreciate so much art, it's crazy. And honestly, I don't do anything, I just paint, and it just happens, so.
While we were there, another free-spirited street performer arrived with a tambourine and began to play with them for a while.
I play wherever I feel like it. I've done shows with people before. I've played up here. It's all a matter of choice. You can do it anywhere you want to do it.
The art and music will continue in St. Louis for these free spirits. But for how long?
For however long it takes for me to get money to the next bus.
For Media Now, I'm Quinlan Holt reporting.
You can find all kinds of artworks and crafts from around the world at one place on the Loop.
Macrosun features handmade items you can't find anywhere else in St. Louis. Here's Abby Bird with the report.
Macrosun, located at the Loop in St. Louis, contains handmade crafts from halfway across the world.
We sell products from about a dozen different countries, from Asia, from the Far East, and this is also a fair trade store. Ultimately, fair trade just basically means there's a fair trade of goods and wages, money, for products and services, as opposed to people who work unfair hours and unfair wages. Basically, what we really are selling is spiritual technology to the masses, and we're providing them with the means and the ability to have different forms of religious regalia, items, prayer instruments, art pieces, and things that put them in touch with that kind of beatific part of themselves.
The staff has a deep passion for what they do and love to share it with others.
We get the coolest, most positive people you could ever possibly imagine. They're amazing human beings come into the store, and it lightens up my life.
The second location, found downtown, is 5 times larger than this one. There are sure to be some great finds there. For Media Now, I'm Abby Bird, reporting.
Baked potatoes, baked Alaska.
Baked tees, as in t-shirts? That's the name of the place Jay Reed visited for our next segment. Check it out.
Baked chicken, baked ham, baked shrimp.
On the Loop in St. Louis is a custom t-shirt shop that can make your ideas a reality. Drew Rask has learned this process on the job.
I actually didn't know how to design when I came in here. I just kind of played with Photoshop and picked it up by working with customers. So this is our main process that we use. It's the directed garment pictures, and it allows us to do pictures on shirts, and basically anything that you can imagine could be printed on here. We have this stuff right here is called heat transfer vinyl, and basically what it does, it can do silhouettes and one-color stuff, a lot of words, stuff like that. Like this could be done in vinyl.
With this many options, it's no surprise how busy they can get.
We probably do about 60, 65 shirts a day, average. Weekends we're a lot more busy, do a lot more than that. Some days we're constantly busy. Well, last Saturday we were busy from open to close. We had to kind of force the lunch break in between treating shirts. So this Saturday, pretty much every weekend is pretty crazy in here.
Baked tees just shows that giving customers the freedom to put whatever they can dream on a t-shirt really draws them in. For Media Now, I'm Jay Reed reporting.
And that wraps up our show about the Loop here in St. Louis.
As we roll the credits, you'll get to see our entire staff and learn a little about each of us.
I'm Emil Beckford.
And I'm Sean Fitzgerald. Thanks for watching.